Welcome back to Sportsbook Review Videos. We split a pair of our NBA picks of the day on Friday evening. However, over the last couple of weekends, we have been red hot, and once again, we are here on a Saturday evening with tons of NBA odds to choose from. I think we have a couple that hold some value here this evening. We'll start it off in Milwaukee, where the New Orleans Pelicans are coming into town to play the Bucks here, and the Bucks are a 5.5-point favorite in this one, total of 209.5. Now, before we get into my pick in this one, I did notice that of course, the Pelicans went into overtime last night, losing to a very, very banged up Memphis Grizzlies team in this one. However, fading the New Orleans Pelicans tonight is definitely an option, especially on the first half where they are a 3-point underdog. However, I think the total here at 209.5 has a little bit more of value in this one. Now, as you probably know, the Pelicans have been the worst road team as well as team on the back-to-back cashing the over, whereas they've been the best cashing the under here this season. But that trend has started to reverse just a little bit, and with how banged up the New Orleans Pelicans backcourt is, the Bucks should be able to take advantage of that this evening, scoring a ton of points, as did the Memphis Grizzlies last night. The Pelicans are 4-3-1 in their last 8 road games, cashing the over. So they have started to reverse the trend here just a little bit. And even though they're only 2-10-1 cashing the over on the second night of a back-to-back, they've still been giving up points on the second night of back-to-back. They've run into a couple of bad back-to-back matchups against a team like the Lakers, who can't score, a team like the Spurs, who play very good defense. So I think tonight against a Bucks team that's definitely not immune to giving up points here, I think a sneaky play could in fact be the over here at 209.5, going away from the trends that the Pelicans have established here so far this season. They are 5-4-1 in their last 10 road games, cashing the over. And on top of that, the Bucks come into this one with the cashing the over in 11 of their last 18 home games in this one. So I think the over here at 209.5, pretty good play to open up your NBA picks. Next up is the Denver Nuggets playing host to the Washington Wizards tonight, and the Wizards come in as a 1-point underdog in this one, total of 212.5. Wizards also coming off of the second night of a back-to-back after getting predictably blown out by the Utah Jazz tonight, ceding 114 points to one of the slowest-paced teams in the league. Now coming in as a 1-point dog, definitely also merit to fading them here this evening. But once again, I think the safer play, maybe not so much the better play, but the safer play I think is on the total here at 212.5, because even though Washington has not been great on the second night of a back-to-back ATS this season, they have been starting to turn that around. It's not like they haven't played bad either. They've run into a couple of bad breaks, much like the Pelicans, but they are 11-5 cashing the over on the second night of a back-to-back this season. I think heading into Denver, a team that's been playing very well on offense here recently, is another good opportunity to take the over here at 212.5 points. Washington, in their last 4 games on the back-to-back, have given up 108 points per game. You look at the Nuggets here also on a very nice homestand here recently of 6 games. In that 6 games, even though they are only 3-3 cashing the over, they've been very good against the spread during that time, but they are 21-11 this season cashing the over when playing at home this year. And if you look at it, they've been scoring the ball extremely well here recently. Denver averaging 113 points per game in their current road stand. The last 15 games averaging about 108 points per game, whereas Washington on a 4-game losing streak giving up 110 points per game during that stretch. I think over 212.5 is the play. Best of luck to you on that one. Make sure you check out my other NBA picks coming out later today. But until then, for Sportsbook Review, I'm Jordan Sharp.